Well, in case you haven't heard the news, it is Granny Square month. And this is day 7, pattern number 7. And we're doing 30 patterns in 30 days. So, this is the lovely little pattern that is happening for day 7. It calls for 3 colors. I'm using just Premier Basics. It's a Cheapo Depot yarn, but it feels a lot better than some other Cheapo Depot yarns. So we use 3 colors, and we're going to get started. And we start with, obviously, a slip knot. Or you could do a magic circle. That's completely up to you. Chain 4. Slip stitch into the first chain to form a circle. Chain 1. And we're going to do 8 single crochets into this little bitty circle if we can hang on to it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's kind of hard to see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that's my slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so then you single crochet into your first stitch and chain 5. 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the next stitch. Yellow is not the easiest color to see what is going on. Okay, chain 5, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet into the next. So you're going to do that all the way around, and you should end up with 8 of these little loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a single 5. And we're going to attach it to our first single crochet. But you know what? Yeah. No. No. Just slip stitch it. And fasten off. Okay, so that was round 1 and 2. Okay, round 3, you're going to go into any one of these loops, doesn't matter which one, and you're going to do a single crochet. So we're going to fasten on with a standing single crochet only because it looks so much neater. So we do a single, a half double, a double, a chain 1, a double, a half double, oops, and a single. Then we move over to the next loop with a single, a half double, a double, chain 1, a double, a half double, and a single. And same thing in the next one. You can do that all the way around. Single, half double, double, chain one, double, half double, and a single. Okay, so you do that all the way around, and I will meet you when I am finished with mine. Okay, so when you make it all the way around, you can do this one of two ways. You can slip stitch to that first single crochet, or you can do a clean finish so that it doesn't look so bulky. And I'm going to do a clean finish. So what you're going to do is pull this all the way through. Use your darning needle. You're going to come through this side like this. And then you're going to come around to this last stitch over here and go straight down through there like that. And then it's not such a bulky connection, and it makes the end results look much better. But this particular one, we are going to work this end in first so that that doesn't come undone on us. So it just takes a second, and you'll be much happier with your end results if you do it like this. Okay. So now you got this really wobbly looking flower looking thing, kind of, sort of. So now we move on to our next color, our third color that we haven't used yet. And it's going to be green. So that was round 1, 2, 3. We're on round 4. And round 4 calls for us to attach onto any chain space. And we're going to single crochet into that chain space. So the chain space is in between, like right here. So we're going to do a standing single crochet only because it looks so much nicer. Just like that. Then we're going to chain 3. And we're going to come over to this next space and we're going to do 2 double crochets together for a cluster. So I'm going to call it a cluster because it's easier to say. So that is a yarn over, go through the space, pull through 2. And after you've done that twice, you have 3 loops on your hook and you pull through all 3. Then you chain 2 and you do another cluster. Just 2 double crochets together. Pull through, chain 2, and do another cluster. 1, 2, pull through all 3. Now we chain 3. See, now we made our first corner there. We chain 3, come over to this next space and do a single. Chain 3. And come over to this next space and we're going to do a cluster. Oops. Yarn over first. We're going to do a cluster, which is 2 double crochets together. Chain 2. Do another cluster. Oh, I almost wanted to follow through on that. Chain 2 and another cluster. Okay, we just did another corner. Chain 3. Jump over to this space and do a single. See how we're looking? Chain 3. Come over to your next space and do a cluster, chain 2, do another cluster, chain 2, do another cluster, chain 3, and come over here and do a single, chain 3, and we're back to our corner doing 3 sets of clusters. Cluster, chain 2, cluster, chain 2, another cluster, and chain 3. And we're going to slip stitch to the top to our first single and fasten off. And that's all we use for this color. Okay, give it a little stretchy. This pattern, I will say, has a whole lot of ends to work in. Okay, now that I've fiddled with it, take a drink, and we're going to join with a standing double crochet in any chain 3 space after any corner. So it'd be like this one after this corner, or this one after this corner. Doesn't matter which one, any space. And to do a standing double, you're going to do a slip knot and put it on your hook, yarn over, and you're going to have to hang on to it because it's going to want to slide around. Just put your thumb on it, come through your chain 3 space, yarn over, pull it through 2, and you still have 2 on your hook, and pull it through 2 more. So it gives you a standing double instead of the ugly chain 3. And then we're going to do 2 more double crochets in this same space. Chain 1 and 3 double crochets over here. 1, 2, 3, chain 1. We're going to do 3 double crochets in here. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and put 3 double crochets in this space. 1, 2, and 3, chain 1, 3 double crochets in this space. It's 1, 2, and 3, chain 1, 3 double crochets over in this space. Got to work over top of a couple of those stragglers there, our little tails. That's 3, chain 1. You're going to do 3 double crochets in this first corner, or first space on the corner. It's 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and do 3 double crochets into this space. It's 1, 2 and 3, chain 1 and 3 in this space. It's 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, and you're going to just repeat this all the way around. 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. In the corner is 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. And I will meet you at the end. Alrighty, I've made it all the way around. All I have to do now is slip stitch to my first double crochet here and fasten off. And we are now finished with this color. We have one more round left. I mean, technically you could stop there if you wanted to, but the other round, the very last round, in my opinion, really sets off the square. And this one is pretty simple. It is basically just single crochets all the way around. But there's a couple of little things. So we're going to do a standing single crochet in any corner. Then we're going to do another single crochet so that that is 2 single crochets in the corner. And then we chain 3. And we're going to do 2 more single crochets in that same corner. So we're going to crochet across the top, skipping the first double and the last double. So we skip the first one and come over to the second double crochet and do a single. Single in the next. Okay, single into the chain space. All these strings. Single into the chain space. Single into the double, in the next double, and the next, single into the chain space, and then into the next 3 doubles, into that chain space, and then the next 2 doubles. So 1 and 2. You're going to skip over that one and come to your corner and do 2 singles. Chain 3. 2 more singles. I'm just trying to work over my tails there. Skip that first double and go to the next one and do a single. Okay, so to recap, you're going to do 2 singles, chain 3, 2 singles in the corner. You're going to skip over the first double crochet stitch and single into the next 2, single into each space, single into the 3 and into the 3, and when you get to the last set of 3, you skip the last one and go into your corner with 2 singles, 3 chains, 2 singles. And you repeat that all the way around to the end. And I'll meet you back when I make it there. Okay, so I have completed that round, and all we need to do is fasten off, and we're going to do a clean finish again. So you get a chance to see that one more time in this tutorial. So you pull this through, thread your darning needle, and you're going to come over to your first stitch, go through both sides of it, like that. and then come back around and go through just the back loop from the top down, like that. And it just looks so much nicer than having that funky little slip stitch that makes it pop out and look like it's been tweaked. So no tweakers. We want to keep it nice and smooth. So I'm just working it in to make sure that it's going to stay in there. And there's a lot of ends to work in, but that's okay because this is such a pretty square. We don't mind. All right, I think that one is in there nice and secure. Not to mention when you sew a bunch of them together, that'll secure it even more. All right, with the exception of working in some ends, that is our gorgeous little square. Isn't that nice? I know, stop fidgeting. Leave it alone. I won't touch it anymore. Okay, so the next video will be day 8, pattern 8, and it'll also be my birthday. So we're going to have to pick out a real special square for that one. Alrighty, we will see you in the next video, and thank you so much.